Hi guys, and welcome back to the Birmingham Fan TV podcast, episode 6. I'm pretty sure this is episode 6. This is the third time of trying to record this now. We've got about 2 minutes in and gone, no wait, stop, what have we done? We've done something wrong.
It's kind of episode 7 because there is a lost episode. That
Audio technicalities.
It was actually one of the best episodes. Emily got naked. JJ punched a horse. It was pretty epic, to be fair.
I'm trying to replicate Newcastle back in the day.
That's why I've got a black eye.
Yeah.
But no, we messed up last week, bloody students. The students always get the blame for it. We had uni work to finish and...
We study media and we can't work out how to work microphones, so...
It's essentially it. Technical difficulties, they call it. I call it working with morons.
I call it the third moron that I recruited. Also doesn't know how to work mics, but, you know...
I'm 31, this is all before my time.
No, get out of it. No, but apologies that there was no podcast last week, and not apologies, but obviously the podcast this week has come at a later point because we thought there's no point in putting it out on a Wednesday if the game's going to be on a Wednesday and you guys just won't give a crap anyway. Not that you give a crap anyway, but you do.
All right, I think we should start off with our results since our previous podcast.
Which is code for James, you're rambling.
Yeah.
Right. Results, where do we start? It's been quite a few.
The first one.
Leeds.
It was West Brom, but we'll forget the West Brom game. I'm pretty sure
we didn't talk about West Brom. God, we haven't done one for ages, have we?
Don't want to talk
I forgot that happened.
Don't want to talk about the West Brom game, I think.
Well, there were lots of positives from the West Brom game, but that was a loss. Next one was Leeds. Pretty good game, by all accounts.
Do you think we played better against Leeds, West Brom or Sheffield United? Obviously the results sway your opinion, but...
Attacking-wise, West Brom. I think we played incredibly well against West Brom. Defensively, let us down yet again. Leeds we gave our all. And...
Bless them.
Yeah, and Sheffield United... We had spells. I didn't think it was our best game, but I didn't think it was our worst game by any stretch. It was a bit of a back and forth, especially in the second half. I thought that it was a bit of a, it was going to be a draw. I knew I said before the beginning of the game it's going to be 1-1, so I expected it.
I'll be honest, I'm amazed we got a draw out of that.
Are you?
I think Sheffield United have such firepower.
I think is a word to use. They do have firepower, but they didn't show it last night. I didn't think they did.
No, okay, but it's there.
Yeah, it's
there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and were we brilliant last night? I
No.
don't think so.
We weren't great, but...
I think I'll tell you the problem we had last night being the Sheffield United game.
Yeah.
What's his face? What's the name? Dean Wilder?
Great stuff.
Dean Wilder.
Chris
Wilder. I get him and Dean Smith mixed up.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
They're all males. We're all the same.
Exactly.
Lock them Birmingham fans up. They're all the same.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
No, I quite like Chris Wilder. Chris Wilder basically just told his defence, bullied Duke and Adams. Adams was knocked all over the place. Adams wasn't given a minute on that ball.
But he does
himself.
He handles it well.
Oh, I'm not saying... Well, he goes down a bit easy.
Can do.
Adams will get a hell of a lot more decisions his way if he wasn't so... susceptible to gravity, should we say?
I like that. That's a good one.
But they muscled Adams and Duke.
Why are you being so polite about it? The guy sometimes is a suspected diver.
He can be a bit of a diving bastard, yes.
No, but ultimately,
but he does get kicked around a lot.
He
Unfortunately,
does, yeah.
I think the refs are aware of it, shall we say, and it's going down a bad path really because I don't want to mug Adams off.
It doesn't work in his favour a lot.
It doesn't work
really?
in his favour.
I think he had one or two in the sort of latter stages of 2012 where he...
2012?
2012, I was thinking 2018.
Feels like we're doing this since 2012.
It really does. We're not quite on Tilton Talks level, but
Going on that on Monday.
You are... I heard
Too big for this now.
Hey!
Rolling with the big boys.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Can't say that's right.
They can't even last 10 minutes without going through with this singing crap.
I'm going to tell a story about a man. Say I wasn't hungry, never struggled. Yeah, I got it.
I can't believe you know that song.
I know every lyric to that song.
When you look at Shay...
You wait till I drop Vanilla Ice. Shay.
2018, did he dive 2 or 3 times towards the back end of the season?
Yeah,
towards the back end of the year? Yeah.
I think it was more out of desperation though.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I was ready to dive at the back end of last year. I was skidding in the box just in case.
Climb up to the top of the Kop, jump all the way down.
Penalty ref, what you saying?
And we really like, and then obviously the start of 2019, he was getting kicked about Middlesbrough. He had that penalty, clear penalty, thrown himself like apparently to the ground. He's had 2 or 3 this season, where especially in 2019, thrown himself to the ground apparently. Well, he's not. He's being fouled. He's now being fouled because he knows that. For me, if anything, he's getting the better of the defenders now, where he wasn't at the start of the year.
Which is why, to take it back to the original point, Chris Wilder set him up and basically said, you stick to Adams like glue, you stick to Jukovic like glue. And unfortunately, Juki does go down a bit easy as well. But then don't every footballer. Chris Wilder was, told the defence to be rough with our strikers, and that's what they did. To be honest, the fact that we broke away and scored at all is pretty impressive. The fact that we held them to just 1 goal is bloody impressive.
Yeah.
IMO.
Yeah.
But I would say our better performance was against Leeds. In particular,
100%.
Max Wingback, who is the greatest player ever to put on a blue shirt.
I love him.
Maybe not ever, but certainly in the last few years.
What did I call him the other day? Did I call him the French Pirlo?
French Pirlo.
French Pirlo, and you and Jack in the chat.
I actually went on Twitter and asked if I could have a signed pair of his underpants.
And
I have yet to receive that signed pair of underpants.
Are you
Hashtag it. Underpants for Mark. I want them. The kit man commented on it and said, "Be careful what you wish for." And I was like, "You are the man who can get me."
Did he comment on it?
Yeah, did you?
Crazy.
But
is it JP?
His
name's John. It's JP. He's in
Could
the
be.
JP.
I don't know. Either way, I want some underpants with Max Collins' name on.
You are getting desperate now.
Discuss.
There is no discussion to be had. You're weird.
It's
man.
probably
Max
illegal.
Maybe. Max Collins is immense.
I thought he was absolutely fantastic in that midfield role. I just want to see him there all the time. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when he put Max Collins in midfield, my initial thought was, why has he not put Pedersen in midfield?
Yeah, I did.
Because Pedersen has played. Pedersen has played there before. I thought, well, that's going to be me slagging off Monk's substitutions again, and no. His tactics were bang on.
I have to say,
absolutely bossed it.
That was the one game where I thought, oh my god, Monk has done good substitutions. And I was genuinely behind in every single one of them. Can I just say, on the Sheffield United note, Craig Gardner didn't just come on up, he actually played.
What beautiful use of the English language.
Normally though, like we genuinely think that when Craig Gardner gets subbed on, he's subbed on just to come on and things up.
And do this.
Literally, come on, get a yellow card and just sort of pump the fans up a bit.
Fist. He does does the hands, doesn't he? He gets in there. He proper like. No, I love Craig. Like I proper do because like he just gives everything. But me and you sat there having a joke last night. And
He's like a drunk gorilla.
We got to 55, 60 minutes, and we went right.
Gardner time.
1-1.
It's Gardner time.
We went 1-1. Do we need a goal? We need a goal. Bring Gardner on. We don't bring Vassell on. We don't bring Rabti on. We don't bring Gardner.
Isn't that Yu-Gi-Oh meme or something? It's just Craig
Gardner. Slap the card down.
Question.
Yeah.
Is Rabti dead?
Was he on the bench yesterday? I think he was. I think he was. My old man sits there and says, "Listen, Rabti's crap." He still says it to this day. Like he thinks he's crap. He thinks he's crap, and I said, "Well, how can you judge him? He hasn't had a pre-season, and I'm not going to judge him until we get him in pre-season."
I'm not going to judge him until he steps on the pitch.
He came on at QPR.
No offence to James's dad.
No, he says some questionable things. He doesn't like Vassell either.
I ain't seen him play either.
Again,
really.
I'm always like, you haven't seen him play. Vassell's had about altogether maybe like a whole game's worth since he's come back, put together, and Rabti's not even played 45 minutes.
Why to breach the Mahoney subject, not Mahoney, the Magoma subject? Why are we persisting with Magoma, who is potentially getting a bit of stick from some fans, aka all fans,
aka Jack in the chat, who's on the brink of tears now?
Yeah.
This is
Jack,
is it BCFC Jack? I can't remember his Twitter.
I think it's Jack BCFC _.
He's the one that keeps going at the Villa at the minute.
He's the lanky ginger.
Yeah, but he's on the brink of tears, and we literally said, "Right, is there anything we should talk about in the podcast tonight?" And he goes, "Why is Magoma so crap?"
So okay, let's discuss that. Partly to satiate Jack, partly to provide content for us. Why is going on with Magoma? Does he have Gary Monk's kids in the back of his car locked up?
Ah, but this is a question. I get asked it every
Does he have
week.
pictures of him bending over?
I've seen lots of people on Twitter talk about it. My friend Cara Hogden, hi Cara, tweeted the exact same thing last night. She tweeted the exact same thing last night. Why does Magoma keep staying on and Mahoney keep being taken off? And then I posed the question to you in our match review last night, and you replied by saying Magoma is better defensively.
That is the answer.
It is the answer.
Yeah.
It's the only answer.
Magoma is running back and attempting to put a shift in at the back, particularly.
I think he does put a shift in at the back.
Yeah. Okay. He's covering for Pedersen.
Yeah, at times Pedersen's a bit suspect defensively.
He's had a good couple of games.
Yeah, he has. Last couple of games.
Probably
The back four have been immense last 2 games.
Pull their finger out, learn from their mistakes, I hope. And they haven't made as many as they were doing previously. And it was the same mistakes they were making as well.
As Jack said, Poppadom, hands in goal, was at fault for the goal yesterday.
I disagree.
I think it was a really well struck shot.
It was a bit of a rocket.
It was. I'm not going to blame
him. It was a hell
him.
of a strike.
Lee Camp is our biggest scapegoat. He does one thing wrong. Bear in mind, a goalkeeper has one job: to save a shot, to save a possible goal from going in the net. And if they don't do that right, they're a failure technically.
Yep.
So if he doesn't make a worldie of a save or doesn't make any save, he's the scapegoat because it's his fault. Well, how come? Right, hear me out. How come the player's not been stopped further up the pitch? How come it's not the defender's fault? How come it's always Lee Camp's fault?
I said
Get off
this
his
in
back.
episode 2. I mean, yeah.
Nah, look, I don't want to get on the subject.
If you want
Winds me
Emily,
up.
listen to the start of this podcast back. Next podcast, just say everything I just
I
said.
was going to say, you just regurgitating Mark 2 episodes ago.
It just
You know
frustrates
what?
me.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly.
You're bang on it. And it was exactly the same last year with Stockdale.
Yeah.
Stockdale let some absolute whoppers in.
Mm.
But that ball's got past 10 blokes before it's got to him.
Exactly.
Enough on the cam, because obviously it's been 2 really good games, and I think it's been 2 really good results for Blues.
Which means we're going to get smashed by Ipswich.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
inevitable.
Guaranteed.
Final whistle went yesterday. We went, right, that's it. 2-0 loss at Ipswich.
8-0 to Ipswich. Oh well.
One blip on the last 2 games, Clifton Bell's injury. 6 to 9 months now. Obviously, I'm being another episode where I'm going to say I've had that injury again.
Oh God.
It's going to be 9 months. It ain't going to be 6. It's never 6. They always say 6 to 9. It's going to be 9.
Ended your career, didn't it, Jimbo?
It actually did.
Yeah, did you know you used to play for Nottingham Forest?
He's mentioned it once or twice, yeah.
Anyway.
Did you know I'm going on Tilson Talk on Monday? Have I mentioned that?
Yes, you've mentioned that. Clifton Bell obviously has been given a new extension on his contract, which is good, which means he'll be running till the end of 2021.
Not literally.
Not literally.
His leg.
I was going to say. Midfield options in the summer now. Let's presume the worst case scenario.
We keep Jota.
He's still burning a hole in our wage budget. Gary goes back to Villa.
Yeah.
Which he will, and he's still got a year left after that.
It's going to break my heart.
Clifton Bell's out for at least till February next year. I would say February, at least.
At least, yeah.
So you're without him. So you're down to Charlie Lakin, David Davis. And
Charlie Lakin exists.
Charlie Lakin exists. Do you remember that?
I really like Charlie. I think he's
decent,
great.
Yeah. I think he was thrown in a bit too early. To be consistent, but
it's a shame he didn't have more of a run.
He needs another pre-season under his belt, if you ask me.
I think personally he had an amazing game against Leeds at the start of the season, and then he sort of had a really bad game after that, and then he was just dropped. No, and unfortunately, that's what it's like. We just rotated the squad then. But he never got his chance to come back in. So maybe a pre-season and summer will do him some good, and he'll get a bit more experience playing with the guys and training with the guys. Maybe that's what he needs. He had his experience. Now he's come back to training, and he can use what he's learned in the future. But you never know. Maybe next season he'll just turn the light on like Shea Adams did, and be the next big thing. And maybe he'll be our new 2010 Craig Gardner. You never know.
No, I think the
no, just no.
Just
After
no.
all
No,
that,
Emily.
No, shut up. Kitchen's downstairs.
Just no. Forget. All right, let's forget. Let's say Lakin potentially goes out on loan. So let's talk about our 2 senior.
We cannot afford to.
I don't think we can.
Okay. Let's take our 2 senior midfielders, David Davis, Craig Gardner. You're a bit screwed there, aren't you? So
a bit.
Let's say we don't get Gary Gardner, because I think if Villa don't go up, they'll keep him.
What, for financial fair play reasons?
I don't know if Villa will ever accept him back.
Whether the fans accept him back, but whether they've got a choice but to play him. Forget. I don't think they'll have a choice if they don't go. If they go up, right, they'll discard him like he's used tissue. But let's be honest, they'll wash their hands with him. But if they ain't got a choice, they're going to have to sell Grealish if they don't go up. They're going to have to sell McGinn probably.
They'll have to sell them all. They'll sell them at budget prices as well, because people will know that they have to sell, so they won't get as much money as they would normally.
Let's say Gary goes back, doesn't come back. We've got David Davis.
You break that Lego, kid, I'll break you.
Let's say we've got David Davis and Craig Gardner. And David Davis his performances are getting gradually better. Still not to the level he has performed.
Oh God, there was a point yesterday again being the Sheffield game.
Did he pass the ball out of play? Was it that one you were talking
about?
Oh,
he did do that.
Yeah,
I
know
God.
he did.
No, ball's in the middle of the park. It's up in the air. He's watching it. No one's around him, and he's watching it. It's getting closer and closer, and he's watching it. He's got no one around him. All the space in the world. I think Gardner was out to his left, perhaps?
Possibly.
Right, what am I going to do? Ball comes down, boots it straight back up in the air again.
Oh,
literally,
yeah.
40 feet in the air, straight up in the air. Why? Who's that to? What's going through his head at that point? Where he's thinking, what can I do with this? I've literally got all the options in the world. I know, let's put some snow on it. Bang!
That's why you love Digger. That's why you love him, because he has the
Doesn't
control. He has the control of an
Your
elephant.
language tonight is appalling, Emily.
Oh, it's really bad.
Sorry.
That's my money gone off this video.
You'll have to
Not
bleep
that we're
it.
earning lots anyway.
We'll
but
bleep it.
My mum will never watch again.
No.
I'll bleep. I apologise. I've had a very exciting
You're not
day.
bleeping it.
Her name is Donna Watson, please apologise.
Sorry, Donna.
Anyway.
And my mum.
Anybody have any good suggestions for any midfielders that you would potentially look to replace or plug the holes in at the minute? Because let's be honest,
You and I are thinking the same person already.
Go on.
Yes.
Marlon Pack.
Marlon Pack.
Oh, we haven't got the money to afford Marlon Pack.
But
No.
you didn't. Yeah, we could.
We've got 13 million. We can spend all 13 million on Marlon Pack.
However,
gorgeous.
Why don't we just rename this podcast the Marlon Pack Podcast?
Okay,
Pack
welcome
podcast.
to the Marlon Pack podcast.
Because every week we talk about this bloody bloke and he gets brought up. And yes, I'll take him, but
Actually, we have talked about him more
We have,
than
haven't
most
we?
of our players.
Right, Bristol City are currently in the playoff places,
City.
right? I do accent right.
Alright.
All right, then.
Hooray!
They're in the playoff places. They'll go up, and they probably won't sell him. So Marlon, if they go up, that
They
is.
won't go up.
If they don't go up,
Which
they're in
happens.
financial difficulties due to the amount they've spent. E.g., James' dissertation. That's where I've learned this from. So,
So you steal my podcast.
she's
his
stealing my
dissertation.
dissertation.
well, no one wants to hear about my dissertation.
That's true.
And I'm not obliged to talk about it. But yeah, so I don't think if they don't go up, then they might have to sell their better players. If they go up, which they probably won't.
No, they did a lot of the sales last year, actually, to be fair.
The bigger question is, would Marlon Pack want to come to us?
I think Bristol City are a club on the up at the minute. You look at the facilities, the players they're bringing in.
I do not dislike Bristol City.
No, I got nothing against them.
There are not many people in this world I like. So I quite like Bristol City.
You're a weirdo.
I'm not allowed to like Bristol City
Why?
because my dad supports them.
I'm going to throw a suggestion out
and
there.
people on Twitter don't like it.
I'm going to throw a suggestion out there.
Do it.
I don't think any Blackburn fans watch us. But Harrison Reid...
No Blues fans watch us, do they?
Yeah, got loads, thank you. Harrison Reid.
Bradley Dack.
Yeah, but he's more of an... I'm talking like someone that does the dictatorship in the middle. He dictates the game.
Bradley Dack.
No. Okay, all right. No, because if we're talking number 10s, no.
Marlon Pack.
No. God damn it, man! If we're talking number 10s, then John Terrell's coming back, and I'm sorry, but he is.
Why is he not
Yes,
playing?
good shout.
We're bringing John. No. How many times have I tweeted this? Anybody that follows me on Twitter, when is John Terrell coming back? I tweeted it last season as well, and I probably tweeted it the season before that.
It's almost like they don't make decisions based on your tweets.
They should start.
There
doing
is
that.
not a season where James doesn't go back to that Blues video where John Terrell stormed the season. And he watches it every time, and he's now added that song to his playlist in the car.
Wow.
Because he was just magic. Watch the bloke. Watch the highlights back, man. That man, like, and for Brentford as well. People said, "Oh, he only did it for Blues." No, watch him for Brentford before he came to us. He walked it with them. He was in the same team as bloody Hotter.
Ryan Woods.
No, Stoke won't sell him. No, he's part of their plans, and he cost
plans. Stoke has plans.
They've just brought in that manager at Luton.
Duck.
Oh,
No,
here we
not
go.
them.
I was there working the other day, and it drove me mad because it's the world's most boring place. And you know what? The countryside up there, bloody beautiful. It was gorgeous. I had my lunch next to a canal. Lots of park benches, nice, lovely little cafe. But you know what? You speak to someone, and they all go, "All right, duck." And I think, God, I wish I wasn't in Stoke.
Well, unfortunately, we'll have to go there again next season.
You will. So, I'm staying here.
You wait. No, genuinely, you wait until the Wizards of Dribble podcast get a hold of this. They've already tweeted me twice about like stuff.
I don't know who they are, so I do not care.
I've been on theirs. Well, I'm going to get them on, and you're going to have a nightmarish hour.
I really like. I don't like listening to many other
because
podcasts.
they send you to sleep.
Yeah, but I really like Wizards of Dribble. I really like them. They're really interesting. They're funny.
So
they swear. It's great.
We know you like swearing.
Well, clearly we're not going to get names, but we are all in agreement that we're going to need at least two.
We gave you names.
All right, Pack, Dack,
Marlon, Pack
and Dack,
and Woods.
Oh, the Pack and Dack connection.
Oh,
that would be cool.
All right, if we could get Pack and Dack.
If there's a reason to do it, that's the reason to do it.
Let's tweet
that
them.
Name.
Let's tweet them.
Pack and Dack show.
Hashtag it.
Pack and Dack.
Pack and Dack connection.
Why does it have to have
Pack and Dack BCFC?
Yes. Pack and Dack. Just call it Pack and Dack.
All right, we'll go with that. Sounds like a deck of cards or something.
Yeah, no, yours is crap. Our idea's better.
Obviously, we spoke about Keith's got his new contract extension. Morrow.
We haven't spoken about that. That was spoken about on the episode that died.
No, we did. We said that he got a contract extension.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we did. If we didn't,
we have now. He's got a contract extension.
Yeah.
They've triggered his year extension today.
Morrow still hasn't got his contract sorted. Morrow's not a very good player, according to me, old man. So would you give him a contract?
Yeah, because who else? Morrow isn't a world-class defender. Morrison will admit himself is not a world-class defender. However, he's also not a bad defender.
He's not bad, no.
He is suitable for our team, shall we say. And why would we waste money buying another defender when we've got one ready and waiting? He just needs a new contract.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
In my opinion.
He does the job. I think...
He scored 10.
Yeah.
10 goals in a season.
Yeah.
He's got 6, hasn't he?
I'm sure it's 10, bro.
It's 6, mate.
Is it 6?
9. But that's still,
feels like
still
10.
impressive.
Mate. Oh, yeah, of course he hasn't got 10. Oh, God, it's so late. And
I personally think that, it's almost sort of like he's a worse version of...
Sorry.
Continue.
It's because I said yesterday, I bet he'll get 10 in the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Basically, Morrow reminds me of what Aidan Flint used to be for Bristol City, e.g. a decent defender and scoring a lot of goals. Now, I think he's like a not-so-good version of Morrow of Aidan Flint.
He's not as good as Flint.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say.
There's a reason that Flint was commanding 5 or 6 million. But yeah, no, I get
you get what I'm saying. I think...
a goal-scoring centre-half.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Me flailing my arms around. But yeah, I think Morrow's a decent defender. I think there's some times where you just think, oh, for God's sake, Morrow, what are you doing? But a lot of the times I think he's personally the more reliable centre-half. But I think some of the things Harley Dean does is a bit more questionable because he's a firecracker, Harley Dean.
I like Harley.
I do like him. Don't get me wrong. I really like him.
We used to have
but
a song
I just think Morrow's more
when
reliable.
Morrow first played for us back in the day.
Then what?
When he first signed for us under Rowett.
Morrison.
Here's to you, Michael Morrison. City
loves you more than you will know.
Can I stop you there?
Nottingham Forest away.
Can
3-1.
I stop you there? I do the singing.
Okay. No. It's been sang no more.
Emily is allowed to harmonise, but I lead the chorus.
No, I was getting in on the action.
Well, just remember your place.
Nottingham Forest away. 3-1 we won. Clayton Donaldson scored 2.
The Don.
And I was there and it's freezing cold and great day.
Should we offer Morrison a new contract? Yes, it goes without
saying. I think yes. I was asking the opinion because obviously he does divide opinion at times, and there are small minority that will say questionable. We could probably get better instead. But I would give him just as even if next season he's there just for his leadership skills.
I will pull you up on that right there.
I'm not.
No. Captain. He's captain of the club. Captain of the team.
Yeah, of course.
What's he do? Captain wise.
I think. Do you know who I think should be captain?
What, does it matter? Not your opinion. I mean, yeah, you're a woman. It doesn't matter. No, what I'm saying is, does it matter who's captain? What do they do? A cricket captain does a hell of a lot. What does a football captain do?
Leadership. He's got. He
So
has
toes in
on the pitch.
No,
what does he do?
I have
off
watched
the pitch, interviews and everything fine. What does he actually do on the pitch any more than Harley Dean does on the pitch?
Well, funny you should bring that name up.
And David Davis and Craig.
Another episode that I mentioned, my mate who works for QPR Snapchat.
Don't care.
Anyway, no, he watched them. You know when we beat them 4-3
Yeah.
at their place? He was in the tunnel when they were about to go out for the start of the game. And apparently the only one you could hear was Harley Dean.
Doesn't surprise me.
He was in the tunnel recording it and he had to cut a load of it out. It's Harley Dean. The only
Swearing
one.
his head off.
Literally he was going, fucking get into him, let's fucking have these. Like, my mate told me word for word, he was just effing and blind saying, let's fucking have
Like
these.
Emily.
Yeah, literally. And obviously that's not just what leadership is, but obviously he's trying to fire people up, he's trying to get them going. You can see it on the pitch, he's a fiery character. But look, at the end of the day, I think...
So basically a captain does nothing.
No, I think Morrow's been there for years. I think that he sets an example, doesn't he? I think that's the point.
The dad of the club.
The dad of the club. He sets an example. I think we'll give him another contract for another 2 years or whatever. I think he'll get another 2 year. And I think that's fair. And I think he's earned it. And I think he will continue to be club captain.
To be honest, I can't believe we're really discussing this after he got man of the match yesterday and scored. He was an absolute rock yesterday.
Yeah, it was his best performance of the season yesterday.
It was his best performance for the last 2 seasons. He was an absolute brick wall.
He was really good yesterday.
Yeah.
On the subject of...
Why do we always end up slagging players that have done really well? We started off with Shay, now we move on to Morrison. I tell you what, Monk, let's slag him off.
We've already done that as well.
Oh yeah, how much hair gel?
I tell you what, that Messi crap.
Oh no, don't.
It was crap last night.
Don't get me started. Chris Pugh. Tilt and talk.
I'm on that.
Chris thinks he's crap. Chris thinks Messi's crap.
No. This is a massive segue.
No, you both think
with the Blues.
You both think he's overrated.
Shut your mouth, bruv.
Yeah, go on.
What we said was, and this will definitely get us a lot of hate, when you compare Ronaldo and Messi, I haven't seen either of them play all that much because I do not watch Spanish football.
I've seen both of them live.
Good for you.
Okay, good. Smart ass. I haven't seen them play all that often because I don't watch Spanish football. I don't pay too much attention. The only time I really watch them is Champions League. I have seen Ronaldo absolutely boss a game, win a game, turn teams over, turn a game on its head.
I've seen Messi.
I've seen Messi. Personally, me and Chris have never seen Messi do that. I'm not saying he's not a phenomenal player and possibly he's better, but if you're looking at key moments, ability to turn a game on its head, and general what I've witnessed, I can't say Messi is better.
You're a stat merchant.
Even though no, and I'm not looking at stats, I'm looking at games I've watched. Even though I can accept Messi potentially is the better player, the better all-round player, I personally have never seen Messi turn it on like I have Ronaldo. And I can't stand Ronaldo.
I have, but I think that divides opinion. It always will.
It's got nothing to do with the Blues.
No.
So
I had somebody...
I'm just backing up Chris.
I won't mention names, but I had someone raise a good point. With the money, we don't have to sell Shay, but obviously we're going...
We do.
No,
Shay,
no. Have we got to for financial reasons?
We have to for moral reasons. It's unfair of us to keep him.
Okay, but would we
force him to stay?
Is there a potential
No.
to lure him into staying for another season?
No.
Is there a potential to get him back on loan though if we sell him?
Possibly, but you've got to strike while the iron's hot, and at the moment his iron is red hot.
Yeah, it's red hot.
I think there's a lot of interest coming at him from lots of different Premier League clubs, and I think it would be unfair to demand that he stays. But I don't think it's out of the question for Monk to say to him, "Look, Shay, do you want to stay? We'll nurture you for a bit longer, give you a bit more experience, and then when we feel like you're ready, you can go." But unless Shay says, "Monk, I really want to go," I think we can't hold him back. And I don't think Monk as a manager would hold him back. But whether as a player, whether he's experienced enough, my worry is he'll go to the Prem and he won't play.
Yeah, it's a big worry, and that's the problem. I think the best outcome for the club as a whole, and just looking at it from the club's perspective, not Shay's, unfortunately, is that the best thing if we can do is command a big fee now in the summer, sell him this summer for 20 plus. Let's just talk 20 plus.
15.
Shut up. And then try and get him back on loan, even for a half a season.
Okay, I don't see it.
Obviously, we will struggle because
from what I know, he wasn't a million miles away from going in the last transfer window. But I think he's waiting for the right offer himself. So for us to try and hold him back is unfair because he has potentially saved our season. Because a 9-point deduction without his goals would have really buried us.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't be fair. He could have gone, and could he have forced Southampton to put a better bid in or Burnley to put a better bid in? Possibly his agent could have tried and forced that, but he didn't, and he stayed. So thank you for the second half of the season, but we appreciate you've got to move on. Same as Demarai Gray, although I never rated Demarai Gray.
I rate Demarai Gray. I rated Nathan Redmond higher, much higher. I think Demarai Gray is a fantastic player.
I rated you higher when you played for Nottingham.
Nah, here we go. But that's a story for a different day. But
yeah, Shay, as for where he goes, I don't know, where do you think
he's a Leicester lad?
Fit in?
He's a Leicester lad. I'm sure he'd won. If Leicester come calling.
I'm not a big fan of Leicester-Varians either.
No.
Basically, there's the boring belt of the UK, which is like Derby, Leicester, Coventry,
Not like Derby.
Nottingham, Stoke. It's all that kind of boring spine of the UK.
Not like Derby. I think Derby's alright.
They're alright, they're just boring people.
I like Nottingham as well.
Boring
I
people.
think you're just being harsh now.
No, I just think their voices drone.
I've never really been to either city.
No.
I've been to the football ground, but I ain't been.
No, in terms of clubs coming in for Shay.
No, it's slag for the cities.
I've heard Everton are interested.
I think
he'd be very good at Everton.
Yeah, I think that would be
we discussed that before.
Best fit for
You
him.
know what though? I think that unless he's being guaranteed first team football, I think personally there's no point in him going. Because what's the point in him going to train with players that are only slightly better than
You
our
could have
players?
said that about Madison at Leicester.
True.
There's no guarantee of getting the team.
Yeah, you could.
How about throw this out there, get ready to catch this, some fire coming your way. Boom, ready to drop the mic.
God damn it, just get on with it, man.
Shay Adams to Watford, Troy Deeney to Blues.
Love it.
Say it.
Love it.
Say it.
Deeney will never come.
Deeney, I
will
know you're
never
listening
come.
to this because you're a big fan. Oh, you bollocks. Make it happen.
I would love it.
That'd be amazing,
That
but
would
I
be
doubt Deeney will ever
There is
come.
not a chance in hell that would happen.
No.
But wouldn't that be good?
He's already said he won't come to the club.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's already
Why?
said because
doesn't
I don't
wanna ruin it.
He's too good for us.
Well, that I think he is, yes, and B.
I tell you what, when he scored against Wolves,
Loved it.
celebrated like he'd scored for us.
Look, yes, I was so nervous when he was taking it. I was like,
I was at work, I missed it all, but I got in the car and
what a
James
game.
was like, I've paused the game, don't tell me what happened.
It was a class game.
And I just Googled it and I was like,
Yeah, it was a class game. But could you see Shay Adams with Troy Deeney at Watford?
no.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
I personally,
Personally, I don't think they'd work.
Not in the same team, but Deeney is pushing on.
As in a sort of replacement.
A
You could argue that with
potential
Jamie
backup.
Vardy as well.
is Adams going to would he put Andre Gray on the bench? Would he put Delafeu on the bench?
Not Delafeu, no.
Exactly. Would they?
The fact that Delafeu is ever on the bench surprises me. That was a cracking goal he scored.
It's quality. But look, I think, I'd love Deeney to come. I think every Blues fan would, but he's not going to.
Yeah,
Ultimately, he said he won't.
Do you know
Well,
what?
I'll tell you what, ruin my dream.
I will.
If Jamie Vardy wanted to step down to a lower level,
He's not coming
end
to-
his
he's
career
not coming anywhere.
Emily,
at a
come
decent
on.
club,
Come on.
let's do a swap. Go on,
Yeah,
bring it
okay,
on.
yeah. So you heard it here first. Jamie Vardy is coming to Blues. That is cast iron fact.
I wouldn't take Jamie Vardy anyway.
Would you not?
No.
Not even in a championship.
No,
crack.
No, but no. What does Jamie Vardy rely on? Pace.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he's got to finish.
I'll tell you what, these ex-Premier League winners, they're crap.
Chat shit, get banged.
Jamie Vardy has got a good finish on him, but relies on his pace to get him in behind or in between the defenders to then create that opportunity to score. When his legs start going, which they progressively will from this point on, he's not going to be the same player, so he won't get in the same
You
opportunities
could
to start
literally
scoring.
say that about every striker on the planet.
Yeah, but that's why they do start
What?
more than defenders and midfielders.
Yeah, but that's why they stepped down.
That's why Rooney dropped back to
Crouchy didn't.
midfield.
Crouchy just carried on
What does
going.
Crouchy rely on?
You cannot kill Crouchy.
No, you can't kill
The man's a
Crouchy.
machine.
He needs a
god.
knighthood.
He's a
I
god.
love him. Can he just do the robot every time he scores again? Because I really miss that.
I want to quickly brush over the club's not appealing the points deduction.
Right decision.
Good decision.
Good.
Neither of the EFL,
That's
which
the end of that, then.
was more of the surprising thing. The EFL didn't throw their dummy out and say that's not fair.
They can't. The EFL. If the EFL did,
They
they're
were pushing
more
for
like
more.
Blues are more likely. I personally think to have had that. I think the EFL had no leg to stand on because what they were trying to do, and what I've heard from a very reliable source, is trying to do as much as they can
That means Twitter.
to damage Blues without getting countersued. So the EFL did their worst. They can't do any worse than that. So I think that if the EFL had appealed, nothing would have changed. If anything, it's more likely to go in Blues' favour. So I think it was a clever move by both parties to not do anything, just leave it as it is and just move on.
Yeah, okay.
On the subject, though,
Yeah.
it does. The statement today says that obviously our spending for the last financial year was in the 30 million loss bracket for the 17-18.
Bare dollars, I think it
was
actually said.
Look, it was painful, all right.
Bare
I'm
dollars.
I don't really want to go over the figures again because it was really painful, but
Bare dollars, what?
it was bare dollars, yeah. But they've capped it now at 13 million.
Less dollars.
Less dollars. Because obviously there's the potential that I think it was close to 38 million. Well, over 3 seasons you get
Yeah, so basically...
you get punished over 3 seasons, so you can only make a loss of
It's
39 million. If we'd have made like a £1 million plus loss, we'd be back in the crap. So basically what they've done is they've said, we're going to judge you over basically last financial year and this financial year. So you've made the maximum loss last year. If you make the maximum loss this year, which is 13 million, you're back in it.
True, but
But if you
they've
don't
also
make
said they're not going to punish us twice for the same crime.
No.
So they've capped it at 13.
Yeah, but hence the cap, because it would have automatically
Killed
put us back in it. But what they're saying to you is you've got a chance, as long as you cut some costs here and there.
Just buffer on the 13 million.
As long as you cut some costs in this financial year, i.e.
Yeah.
Stockdale needs to go, and Doy needs to go,
Keita
Kuzak will
needs to
go, and a few small sales for
Jota needs to go.
here and there. Yeah,
Viv will probably
We'll
go.
those sorts of
Camp
players.
needs to go.
Shut up. That's what will happen, and then we can spend how much we can spend. Well, up to the 13 million loss.
Well, it'll be 18 million. No, 28 million when Shea goes.
Well, that's it. The Shea goes, we can strengthen everywhere, can't we? Let's be honest. And
Marlon back.
no, shut up about Marlon Pack.
Shay goes, spend all the money on getting Marlon back.
Throwing at Marlon Pack and Bradley back.
Do you know what?
Catch this, lads.
I can't wait.
Make it rain.
Because Mark's always right. Well, no, he's not actually. Because I'm
never right.
Mark,
I don't know why anyone listens to me. I know Jackal.
I was going to say, like, he was like 4-1 Leeds. 4-1 Leeds Blues. And I went, no, to be fair, I said we're winning 2-1.
So did I.
We won 1-0.
So we were all wrong, is what
We
we're
were all
saying.
wrong, but
Let's move on.
I was right because we would.
We were
But
all
I
wrong.
was right with them.
Last night,
We were all wrong.
Mark, what do you think? 4-1 Sheffield United. It's going to be 4-1 Sheffield United. It's coming. I said, Mark, grow up. He's lost it. He's lost the plot now. Anyway, and I can't wait for the summer to roll around and the Birmingham Mail or something prints a headline. Blues interest grows in Marlon Pack. Mark is down.
Mark was right, is
Mark-
what the headline
Mark's
was.
going to ring me in
Mark
tears.
explodes on Twitter.
Absolutely crying. What's going on?
It's finally happened!
Marlon Pack
Finally happened.
And we have a street party because Marlon
Yes.
Pack aside.
Yes!
talks break down between Birmingham City and Marlon Pack because
You're gonna make a new
Marlon
video.
Pack's scared of Mark Watson.
And you're going to make a video like you did with Jonathan
Jonathan
Grounds.
I told you they were funny.
Go and find that
They
video.
were my viral videos.
That was wrong.
My Jonathan Grounds videos.
That was a strange.
I nearly
video.
cried when I saw that. It was so funny.
Not as much as my neighbours watched me from the window with that hose on.
Can you plug that video somewhere, please?
Can we put it in here?
If
Just like crop it in a
if
video.
anyone can be bothered to ask for it, I will send them in the right direction.
Please do.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to choose between Magoma going and Hotter going, forget the financial.
Hotter.
Forget the financial gains.
Hotter.
Yeah, I
Magoma
do
or
have to
Hotter?
agree. Hotter.
Okay. I know if I asked Jack, he'd say Hot Magoma.
I'll tell you what though. Hotter has been better this season. He hasn't played much, but his defensive effort has been better.
His attitude has been a lot better as well.
Is he a £6 million Jesus? No. He may look like one.
He's looking more and more like Jesus every week.
We keep saying, you know, that film they recreated of...
Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
He looks more and more like the actor in that.
He does.
Every week.
Don't deny it, Mark. He does.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it's intentional, I don't know.
The Hotter.
Hotter.
Can I just make a point?
No.
You may make a point.
I keep hearing people call Hotter Jota or Yotta. He's Spanish.
Use all three, I'll be honest.
He's Spanish. J's are pronounced as a h sound, so it's Hotter. End of. Thing over.
You went to Portaventura once.
Remember episode 3 where Emily gave us the economics class?
Yeah.
Well, that was a Spanish class.
No, it isn't.
Do you know, I taught myself Spanish when I was younger because I thought I was going to marry Fernando Torres.
Really? That's really fascinating. Tell me more,
I know.
Emily.
And then I saw him at Wembley and cried.
Really? Wow. When they make the film of your life, can I play me in the podcast scene?
Yeah, obviously.
Mark still cries all the time. Oh my God, Jonathan Grounds is going to show up at the training ground potentially in the summer, and Mark's going to cry.
Do you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Grounds.
You can remote this.
He's no Max Collin though. Unfortunately, Grounds, you have been replaced by Supermax wingback. I still want those underpants.
You want those underpants?
Kind of.
I don't know. I'd get rid of Magoma, you know.
I know you said don't take finances into account, but how can you not take finances into account? Jota will get us the most money for a start.
Talking off the footballing ability.
It's the biggest wage to get rid of. But you can't just take it on footballing ability because we're not in that position to just base on footballing ability.
But I can.
If I bring up Emily's economics again, you've got to think about the whole picture.
Exactly.
You can't just... football-wise, yes, I agree. Club-wise, I disagree.
Jota will bring in the most money. Jota's got the biggest wage. You would have to be a clinical moron not to ship Jota off over Magoma. But my question is, why get rid of either of them? I don't think they're world-class players. We're not in a position to go searching for world-class players. Well, we've got them. Let's keep them. The only worry for me is Jota's wages. I have no idea how much the bloke's paid.
Close.
We don't discuss money, me and Jota.
I think you're talking close to like in the high 30s.
Would you say bare dollars?
Close to 40,
Yeah.
Bare dollar.
Bare dollars.
Bare Monday.
Harry Redknapp money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Redknapp's money.
Redknapp, who apparently knew nothing about these signings. Did you both?
Did you both?
He knew. He didn't know what he was doing at Portsmouth when he sent them down.
I'm just
didn't know what he was doing at QPR with their finance. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the reason that potentially Magoma's got more chance, if you forget about...
More chance of what? Going.
If we just forget the financial side, I know it's hard, but based off footballing ability...
Okay, based off footballing ability, let's get messy.
Monk chased Hotter at Middlesbrough. Colette likes Hotter because they Spanish.
Both Spanish.
They like that sort of philosophy.
Well, being Spanish, you'll know his name's pronounced Clotet. Isn't that right, Emily?
I don't speak Spanish, so...
I think it is Clotet.
I haven't got a clue. Carry on.
That's French, Clotet.
Anyway,
Maxime Collin.
I think if Monk could play his own football, like when he gets his players in, because obviously at the minute he's still having to play a system that suits the players, more so than implementing his own system just yet. I think it's partially his, partially the players.
You think Jota will fit better into the future system?
Yeah.
I think that is a very good point, Jimbo, and I will back you on that.
Yeah, that's a really valid point.
That's the most sense you've ever made.
Yeah.
Get lost. That makes sense every week. Nobody wants to
all these
listen to
videos you put out. And that's the first time you made sense, Jimbo. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Who do you think the Monk would bring in then? Who do you think Monk wants to fit his team, ideally, then?
Ollie Norwood.
I said it last week, Britt Aston-Belonga. He liked him at Middlesbrough. And, but financially, I don't think we're going to get him. Financially, I think Hotter's going to go because of the wages. But, I mean, we could make exceptions and Hotter could stay if we trim off different places. There is the chance for that. But... obviously, I don't think Shea will stay. Shea's too good and holds too much value.
And Doy must command a large wage.
Doy's on 40 grand a week. Let's be honest.
He scared me. I gave him a hug and he scared me.
And
I was like, God, you're really tall.
Let's put it this way: if my hearings are right, which my hearing is going, Stockdale, Undoy and Kujak combined with their wages are touching close to 100 grand a week between the three of them.
That would not surprise me whatsoever.
I'm not talking in excess or at it, but it's not far off.
I've no idea.
Well, this is what
I trust your
understand from
idea.
a rough basis. I know it's definitely above 85 grand a week between the three of them.
I'm not sure Stockdale's in as much as people make out.
Yes, he is. It's rubbish, but that's fine because that's what he was offered, and he's not going to say that's too much to take. I feel bad for taking it from the club. That's not his fault. He's going to take it.
You're just going to take what?
Obviously. So look, okay, we trim all that off the wages. We get rid of Greg Stewart as well. Grounds, I think, is actually out of
Stewart
contract.
exists.
Yeah. Grounds is going to go. A few of the loans go back. You've got... who else have we got? Viv comes back. Cater comes back. We either sell him and get some money. You know, there's players I think that will be sold. I think Craig Gardner will go, and I think he'll completely refurb the midfield.
I think Gardner will retire here. Whether he'll play next season, I don't know.
That's what I said. I think he'll retire.
He may even slip into a coaching role.
He's on some serious money as well. So I don't know what we're offering him, but we might try and offload him.
I don't think he'll want to go. I don't think we want him to go. Fans may want him to go. I think the club don't want him.
I don't want him to go.
I think he was a good servant to us, and I think he will do.
A good egg.
He'll do a Robbo, I think.
I'd love him.
I'd love that.
But at the same time, would I rather him go? Unfortunately, ship off however much he's on a week, which is quite a bit. Maybe get a small fee for him, won't be loads, and then get a player in that can take his wages, who's of better quality. Yeah.
What about the potential of Gary Gardner being more swayed to come because of his brother?
Then I'd rather Craig stay, if I'm honest. However, Gary didn't have a great game last night against Sheffield United.
I didn't think it was that bad.
He just rushed it a bit too much. No.
Bringing it back to Sheffield United, sorry I'm going off topic. My pawn on the pitch for the week, which, by the way, we need a jingle or a logo or something.
I'm going to make one.
I thought of making one with like a 70s pawn on the pitch.
I like that.
Do you know what I mean?
I like the riff. Don't put your weird, creepy voice in it.
Emily, you say it. Ready?
Pawn on the pitch.
Love it. Right, my pawn on the pitch was almost as sexual as that. It was Duke's block around about half time. McGoldrick is basically, he's got a tap in, to be honest. It's McGoldrick and Camp, 6-yard box tapping in. Duke, who has no business being all the way back in our 6-yard box, slides in, gets in the way of it.
He's a monster.
Why is he defending? I'm glad he was, but
why?
Talk about commitment there.
That's what I mean.
And that's not the first time. He does it a lot. Duke may not be scoring at the moment, but his defensive work rate is incredible.
That's what I mean when I see people slag him off on Twitter. I'm like, do you see what he does elsewhere on the pitch? I'm not just saying that because he's my favourite player. I'm saying it because if you watch his work rate, his attitude, the way he commands himself on the pitch, he is all over the pitch. And without him, I think that we're lacking.
The problem you've got is a lot of fans ball watch, essentially. And they will look at what's happening when the ball's there. They don't look at the bigger picture over here. And Duke is part of that bigger picture. Why is he back in our 6-yard box? I can't remember who it was against, but I did write about it. There was another crucial tackle in the penalty area months ago. I forget who it was against. But again, Duke's there. If you look, when we're in trouble, Duke is back.
Yeah.
Adams isn't, but then Adams is probably told to stay up a bit. Duke is all over the pitch.
He just puts his body on the line.
Yeah, he
just goes for it.
It's not the first time he's done it, and it won't be the last. And for the love of God, everyone watching this, watch him when he's not got the ball because he puts the effort in.
He does. He's told against teams that deploy sort of a holding midfielder or a playmaker in the middle, which most do, to cut the passing lanes. So Adams kind of pushes on to press, and he sits just in behind to cut the passing lanes, to stop those passes, to intercept them so we can break quickly. And he does a lot in terms of his positional work that's outstanding.
I almost guarantee McGoldrick would have scored that challenge. It was a tap-in. I mean, yes, Camp was there, but let's be honest, Camp might as well not be there. It was essentially a tap-in.
If I could throw it's not my pawn on the pitch, but I'm sure you would agree with me, so it can be yours for the Leeds game.
Yeah.
Duke's back, nutmeg. He's dummy for Adams' goal.
That was good.
Go on, Em, do the jingle. Bow, ticka, bow, bow.
Pawn on the pitch.
Probably needs to be a bit louder, but okay, we'll take that.
It will pick it up.
It was
fine.
Although I would say Max's entire game was, to be fair.
Is Duke our most underrated player?
Oh, that's a good question.
I like to say the Michael Carrick, because he was always underrated.
The James Milner of Birmingham City. I would have said a few months ago it was Maxi Colin.
Yeah.
But Max has come a bit more to the forefront.
Yeah. People are recognising it a bit more now. So, yeah, that's not a bad... could you say Camp is underrated?
No.
Because so many people can't stand him, and
Camp's,
he's not as bad as people think.
He's Marmite.
I think he's average.
Yeah, Marmite.
I think Camp's average, and I like him. I don't dislike him.
I like him.
I like him.
I like him a lot.
He does a decent job, but he's better than Stockdale.
Yeah.
So that way I like him.
And also, he's supposed to be an absolute legend of a bloke, and the dressing room apparently think
The world
of him.
Do they actually?
Apparently he came out of...
He's got sources.
Yeah.
He knows.
Apparently he came out of retirement for us. He was going to retire.
Oh, was
decided,
it?
No way.
I don't know if that's true. I've heard that recently. But I certainly know that the lads love him to bits, and he's a big part of the morale boost.
No, I like Campy, and I'm glad to hear that he's a big part of the dressing room.
Apparently so.
Campy's Campy, and
Happy campers.
yeah.
Hey, like it. I'm using that as a headline.
Credit me.
No. Hell no.
When Cam gets a clean sheet, it's Happy Campers now.
Yeah,
Campers.
right. That's in the back pocket.
That's it. We're having that one, but
I'm trademarking it.
I'm pretty sure we're on to the back end of the show this week. Mark's looking at his phone.
I'm looking for notes. That's all. I'm seeing what else I had to make.
I think we can spend a quick 5 minutes talking about it. We've got Ipswich on
8-0 to Ipswich.
Saturday. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Same guy that said 4-1 to Leeds, but thinks.
Oh, wait, sorry, interject. Sorry, I apologise. I'm gonna let you finish. All
right.
But Morrison's tackle on Alioski.
I can't remember it.
Alioski.
Right.
Alioski.
What, against Leeds?
I wrote it down. Morrison forcing a goal kick in the top corner when Alioski had it. I think there was Morrison, possibly Gardner, possibly Duke, all essentially just crowding round Alioski. I cannot pronounce that geezer's name. In his own half. What again? Same as with Duke. Why is he in our 6-yard box? Why is Morrison forcing a corner up their end? Because he's bloody committed. That's why. And this 9-point deduction. That is exactly what we need. The sort of commitment like that. It's not just Morrison's out of his position or worried about that. No, Morrison knows exactly what he's doing.
I know.
Duke knows exactly what he's doing.
I know you're on about.
You know what I mean? I'm sure it was Gardner and Duke with him as well. But Alioski was just looking at his defenders, going,
"Help,
lads! I don't know what to do here. Corner."
Yeah.
I remember.
Born on the pitch for the Leeds game.
Okay.
Sorry, you can continue.
Fair point. I'll stick with the Duke one, but fair point. Ipswich, Saturday. Bit of a banana skin, because I think that Ipswich are quite a decent team, actually. I don't think they're... especially their recent upturn in the last 2 or 3 months doesn't merit being rock bottom by about 15 points and stupidly clear. I think that, look, they still would have been in a relegation battle, I think, but they're not dead and buried just yet. As in, they're still fighting for pride. So,
yeah,
and I think they're a good team.
It would be typical Blues for us to get battered by them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it would, but at the same time...
Well, last time we played away to Ipswich, it was the first game of last season, and we lost 1-0. So that was the last time we were actually away there.
Yeah, I went opening game of the season.
I was on holiday.
Ndoye for 90 minutes, I just watched Ndoye's big legs move about the pitch, and it was worth the admission money alone.
Like a majestic gazelle.
And then, for some reason...
Bambi or nice,
the
I like to say.
The after-match interviews consisted of Mick McCarthy and Harry Redknapp both raving about Ndoye. And I'm thinking back,
they've got a bet on here.
There's a reason one of them's out of...
Redknapp's had a backhander.
There's a reason that Redknapp doesn't have a job currently, and Mick McCarthy's now gone back to international football.
Mick McCarthy, the living meme.
They both raved about Ndoye, and you've got to think about that as a perspective. Wow. Just that's it. Just wow. Score predictions.
8-0 Ipswich.
And really?
4-1 Ipswich. 0-0, ball draw.
Would I take that? I mean, the point's not bad away from home, but...
If you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, would I take that? Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. But now, after 4 points against Leeds and Sheffield United, I'll take a point.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think if we turn up and play, we might just edge it, maybe a 1-0. But I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, you can sort of tell when like before, because when it's both two really attacking teams, you can tell when it's going to be a high-scoring, high-tempo game, e.g. West Brom. But I think Ipswich, they're almost dead and buried, and they'll probably give it their all, but I don't know, I quite like Ipswich. I feel bad for them.
How far gone are they? They're not completely... I mean, well,
we can send them down on Saturday.
Can we really?
I think
so.
so.
Yeah,
If we win,
yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Score prediction.
Sorry, Ipswich.
If I'm feeling positive, I'll go with the 1-0. If not, I'll say 0-0. So
I said 0-0. You can't have that.
You want to hear my honest opinion?
Yes. Nothing will make me happier.
We're going to win 3-1.
Obviously, we're going to concede.
And the only reason why, Shay Adams is going to absolutely blitz them again. He's going to do another Adams performance that he seems to keep putting in. He's probably going to get 2 minimum. Because this seems like the kind of game now that he's probably
score for fun.
He's putting himself in the market still, isn't he?
He is. Okay.
And that's not him being greedy, that's just how it
Put Blues in Ipswich's shoes. Would we, at this point, knowing we're almost gone, with this team, accept that, or would we try and fight it?
They're going to try and fight it.
We try and fight it.
Put us in their shoes.
I don't think Ipswich are...
So
I don't think
is it naive to think that Ipswich won't do the same?
No, I think they're going to fight, but I just simply think that Adams on his day is too good. Hence why I think they're going to get a goal. And I don't think it's going to be one of those games where we batter them on the pitch in terms of like possession and we take the pity. But I just think Adams is going to turn up.
Yeah, it's good that you censored the word there after Emily's
foul abuse.
I've always got in trouble for having a dirty
But that's my thoughts. You're going with a
I'll go 0-0 draw.
You're going with a 0-0/1-0.
I haven't decided yet. I'll tell you on the day.
I'll go with a 3-1 because I'm going to get slated for this when we don't win. But, that I think near enough wraps it up, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know, first of all, what your thoughts are on Adams and the debacle, which will, I'm sure, rage on in the summer. Contract situations, Clifton Bell and Morrison. I think there's some positive thoughts. Yeah, and Lakin, what are your thoughts on that one? And let me know as well what your thoughts are ahead of the game on Saturday, guys. But don't forget to check out the preview that will be out as well on Friday. Probably going to be a double upload on Friday. And also to drop us a like for these podcasts. I know that they've been a little bit absent of recent, but that's been due to commitment reasons. And Mark's useless, but there we go.
Why are we all wearing grey today?
Good point. Why are we all wearing grey?
Discuss.
Yeah, but yeah.
Catch me on Tilton Talk Show on Monday because I'm rolling with the big stars now.
Catch Mark on Tilton Talk Show on Monday. Catch Mark's pieces on We Are Birmingham. What's his point of view? And I think that wraps it up, guys. But that's all from me. Thanks very much, guys.
Peace.
Emily?
See you in the match preview.
See you in the match preview.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. Thanks very much.
Keep right on.